Welcome back, everyone, to the Payday Podcast. You are listening to Duty Bound. Do not adjust your volume. You are in the right place. I am back with my co-host, my right hand. She's on my left this time. I don't know how y'all are viewing it, whatever you want to call it. Welcome back, Janae.
Thank you for having me back. I'm excited.
Yes. So because I think your other like moniker or name is like Fit Lady J, right?
Yes. So on Instagram, I do go by Fit with Lady J. I go by Lady J for short. So that's like J or Lady J is what I typically go by. Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure that they call you by, appropriately. 'Cause I get everything from like Dr. D to Deandra. Especially you call me my government name, I'm probably in trouble. When people call me by my government name, it's always official. I'm like, I feel like I'm in trouble when you call me my government name.
Oh, okay. Just, I don't know. It's different. It hits different.
So, International Women's Day. So, this podcast is going to air on the 15th. International Women's Day was this week. It was Social Work Month. There's a lot going on. Women's History, Social Work Month. What else happened in the month of March? Missing something? I feel like
I know. I feel like it has been a busy month already.
I feel like there was something else sprinkled in there. Those are enough.
Yeah. You're right. But I feel like, and I'll think of it right after too.
Right.
That's what's going to bother me.
As soon as we hit stop record, I'm like, oh, that was what it was.
Yeah.
Either way, International Women's Day kicked off. I saw so many people in terms of just celebrating women, even personal pages. I had a few friends that just like pulled pictures of like some of their people that they follow and just highlighting other women. And
I love that.
I love to see it. I love women celebrating other women.
Yes, I think honestly in 2024, my hope is to see a lot more of that happening on social media, especially in person. I feel like for some reason, I think women feel the need strongly, I guess is our word, much stronger than men to compete with each other and instead of collaborate with each other. And I feel like we really would conquer so much more.
Yeah.
If we just empowered each other and worked with each other. Because I mean, and this is one of my morning motivations I've been thinking about is not everybody you encounter, especially women, is your competition. Yeah. And I think the first, like the moment we see something where they're like, oh, I'm interested in that too. Instantly, for some reason, we start to think that they're competing. Right. And in hindsight, they really could be a blessing.
Exactly. Listen, and in the military, and we think about the context because like we're both veterans and the point of this podcast is to bring people that are not associated with the military, but also to have those reminders of people that have worn a uniform. That same competition happens when we're in uniform more than it should because we are pinned against each other for promotion. Like you're trying to get top block and you're trying to get your raider to put you above everybody else. And so there's this like thing that carries over into when we take that uniform off, that this person to my left or my right is my competition. Yep. They're going to take resources from me.
Yep.
That mindset of lack and there's not enough out there for everybody is not just a military thing.
No.
And it's so crazy because we know that there's more than enough out here for everyone. The mindset should be what's mine is mine. What I have coming from me is always going to come to me, right? But we don't always think that way. I wish we did. But I love to see it. I mean, there's nothing to me like more empowering than running into another woman and like seeing her with her fit on, her hair done, and like, yes.
Okay, nails.
Yes. Just giving her a compliment because, she might be, just going out to lunch with herself or treating herself for a movie. And she don't have nobody else telling her, says, I appreciate the effort that you put into putting on lashes or putting on makeup today. Like it might have been a lot for her just to get to right there. And who am I not to like help her shine?
Mm-hmm.
Because you listen, because both of you and I, as we were talking about our day yesterday, I had a friend who was not going to, she considered not coming out to dinner with us last night because it was like, it was the day. It was rainy. The rain was just lulling all of us to sleep. And sometimes it's hard to just like take that first step to know, let me not sit in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciated her. And I hope she knew that. I was like, I appreciate the fact that you came out.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes we need that. So I love this month. I'm going to be all month just randomly walking up to some women like, girl, you look good today.
Oh, I like that. That should be the challenge for this month.
It should be. I'm going to challenge all the listeners. Just give a woman a compliment.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I love your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I love that smile on your face.
Yeah.
Don't tell her to smile because Lord,
Yes.
don't do that.
Let's not.
Don't tell her no, you should smile. I don't know what it is about that gets people go when you walk up to somebody and we're like, you should smile or life can't be that bad.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe life is that bad for them right now. Like, or they could just be zoning out thinking about everything else. And they're not present. Yeah. And they're not smiling. They're not conscious of what their face is doing. Because my face be facing sometimes. And I'm like, dang, I didn't mean that. Like just
my face be facing.
I promise I'm not mean. I'm just all up in here. Exactly. Right now.
My face is facing right now. I need you to leave me alone. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay, so my previous guest from last month, Dr. Tyshawn Jenkins, he is he loves to tout that he is an ally to women. In the last episode, Dr. Jenkins was like, yes, I'm the ally for women, women's rights and all this stuff. But he actually walks a walk. I will say that. So
okay.
He went over and he posted the photos and I told him I might say something about him. So he's like, yeah, talk about me on the podcast. But he went over to Albania and he posted some pictures and I got a chance to talk to him about his experience over there celebrating International Women's Day. It's really great because he got to hear the stories of other women from a different country and their experience in the military. And he was saying how the stories paralleled almost. It's amazing how you think that this thing is like a US problem or, like an American thing. And it was like, but in terms of lifting up women, it's a international thing. It's a thing that happened everywhere. And so he said, I was really humbled by the stories and the fact that these women that serve in the militaries in different countries got to share their story. So I thought it was very interesting. And just shout out to Dr. Jenkins for doing the work. Because some people can say they're an ally, but then, do they walk the walk?
Right. Right.
Maybe that should be the challenge. I know you know him, so I just want your opinion, Dr. Jenkins, woman ally.
I can't help but laugh. And I'm not laughing at him. Come on, Dr. J.
It's just he was Dr. J. So
it's like he does walk the walk. But it cracks me up because his personality just is not what you would I guess expect. So when you hear him speak, he really is wise beyond his age, beyond his years. And he really does support. And I really do appreciate that about him because you don't get solid support like that nowadays, just easily. So I have to say I do appreciate, because we're not even in the same unit anymore. So yeah, like, yeah, but and a lot of us can obviously go separate ways, but he's still supportive and helpful, and I share that, I reciprocate that same respect. But just to know him is a blessing, because he really does care, and he does want to see better, not only in like the world, but he really does want to see equality for women, and to support us. So big shout out to you, Dr. J. I appreciate you.
Yeah, when you said that he's like wise minded, yeah, sometimes when he talks, you're like, you've been here before.
Right. Right.
You get the sense, you're like, you've been here before. So yeah, but I thought his sharing that experience, I am kind of disappointed that I didn't get to go to this brunch yesterday that celebrated Black women in business in Philly. But one of the women that was highlighted was my hairdresser, who I love, love, love. You talking about another Black woman that purposely pours? It's her, and I think her being celebrated is an amazing thing. She has her own salon, but she does like an event space as well. So, multiple things, and a mom of two. And I think about those roles that, like, when I think about us celebrating women, the many hats we have to wear.
Yes.
Like, yeah. And in uniform, as a mom in uniform, it's like, so when people are like, thank you for your service, sometimes I'll be like, which one?
Yeah. What? Yeah. What status am I in today?
I want to keep it real here, like keep it 100. What service? Because I'm in a life of servitude. When no matter what I do, I feel like I'm in service of other people, and not in a I want to pat on my back, but I just I thought about something I heard the other day, and you can weigh in on this, when she was talking about equality for women. She was like, it's not that we want it in a physical sense, we want it in a cerebral sense.
Yes.
It was like, yeah, that part of, not being, being celebrated for the many accomplishments, but not because it's like, wow, you do all that, but wow, you do all of that. And not, men are not celebrated for being dads and CEOs. It's like, we're celebrated for being moms and CEOs and, do all these other things. And it's like, why isn't the expectation that we can versus, wow, look what you've been able to do.
Absolutely.
But you can weigh in.
Absolutely. No, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I can weigh in on that. Like, you hit the nail on the head, like, for real. Like, it's just, I really blows my mind to have, like, to see the world and how far we've come, and to still see a separation in the thinking of women can do just as much as men. Now, I'm not saying anything you can do, I can do better. That is not the narrative here. What I'm saying is that women are very capable, and we're stronger than they realize. And to have that actually acknowledged would go miles past where we are right now.
Yeah. The empowering part.
Yep.
Like, I don't know that people really understand the definition of empowerment, because empowerment doesn't mean enabling.
You better cook. You better cook.
It doesn't mean enabling. And even when him and I, Dr. Jenkins and I, were having this question, I'm always trying to pull back in the mental health aspect of it, right? Um, and I still think that I'm going to make this post. I recorded a video and I was talking about, as a survivor, when your story is connected to your purpose,
Mm,
when what you do is connected directly to the things that you have been through, and you are out here looking for opportunities to share, to help, to heal, you don't always feel empowered to say no when when opportunities come, because you want to help. And then sometimes our gut starts bubbling. Like for me, I encourage women all the time, listen to your gut.
absolutely.
Listen to your gut.
Hmm.
And you're presented with these opportunities or people that want to help, but you don't always empower to feel no, because you know what it's like when someone doesn't listen to you when you say no,
Yep.
and you think you're going to miss something. And it's not a FOMO type of thing, but just I don't, I'm out here trying to help. And so if this isn't the opportunity to help, will it come back around again? That mindset of lack, that there's not
Hmm.
enough, is so much connected to the things that have happened to us. And
Hmm.
not everybody, I'm not saying that everyone operates in lack, but some of us go there and we can shift out immediately. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like some of us have the ability to be like, no, another opportunity to come back around. But I can't deny that mindset didn't pop into my head when I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
so
And I think part of that mindset is kind of ingrained in not everybody, but is ingrained in us from maybe a young age, where if you didn't take advantage of the opportunity, if you didn't take that opportunity, there wasn't another one. So when you become an adult, that's all you know. You're like, oh no, I can't. I gotta. I have to snatch this one up.
oh
When
yeah,
it's kind of like that. Have you ever seen that picture? It's been floating around on social media for years, I think, but it's it's a man, and it's supposed to represent like God, and it's a little kid holding a little teddy bear, and the man has a bigger teddy bear behind him, and it's like you have to let go.
the little teddy bear.
And the little kid is like, but I like this one, I want this one.
Yeah,
And they don't realize it's something better, something bigger, something probably more suited to their purpose, their needs, is waiting for them. But they can't have both. They have to let go. They're thinking small.
right.
And you got to think bigger.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I don't think that we would have the advances or be where we are if someone
Hmm.
think bigger,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
speaking of thinking bigger, or speaking of our past, um, that brings up like the 6888
Hmm.
postal. And I know you haven't had an opportunity.
No, I'm gonna watch it though.
I think they released it on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I'll have to find out, and I'll make sure that like when we post this episode that I post the link to their website and everything. But 6888 was a all black, all women unit that deployed during World War II, over to Europe to fix the mail issue. MAIL. Not going to fix the MALE issue. But they went over there and they were tasked with doing this. And I had the privilege of doing a watch party. Gosh, and I'm really upset that I can't even remember the organization that, I was at. I had the privilege. They were the ones that did it. But anyway, I had this watch party and it was phenomenal. The interviews of these women started actually, years ago. I want to say like the 80s, when some of them were a little younger. Because I believe like the last um, living veteran that served during this unit this year, and I think she was like 102.
Oh
I
wow.
posted that on my LinkedIn. So Yeah, because we're talking about 19 like 40s.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. My father is a Korean War veteran, so Korean War came after World War II. My father deployed in 1951, so yes, this was like prior to the Korean War. But the videos, the archive photos, it was just incredible to hear these women talk about their stories. And the one that sticks out to me when we talk about someone dreaming bigger, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
standing firm. You know, we got this thing about standing on business.
Hey.
And I didn't think it was going to carry over into 2024, but here we
I
are.
feel like it's even more now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Standing
and I'm
firm.
guilty. But here's the thing though, I need to. It's like, you it's in some aspects of my life, I need to.
Yeah,
I need to stand on business in order to thrive and progress.
yeah,
Otherwise, I will stay where I'm at.
yeah. And I think stand on business is just like you're affirming your boundaries, you know
Hmm.
who you are, and then
Hmm.
you're moving with purpose.
That part.
So man, I should have took notes. I was just like, I was sitting in front of that computer just listening. I was not thinking about taking notes or anything. So y'all have to forgive me that I don't remember names. But the woman who was in charge over there of all these women. So the story goes that obviously, you know, segregation was still an issue. Racism was prevalent. I mean, it is today. So when I talk about it, understand that I'm talking about like the things that they were legally allowed to get away with versus
Hmm.
today. Um,
Hmm.
but these, you know, women are over there literally working in shifts to try to manage thousands of pieces of mail and trying to get this mail back to the US to people, notifications, everything. And at some point, they were doing inspections. You already know. Now, I never lived in a barracks. I was an officer. You're enlisted. So, you know, it was like doing a barracks inspection, you know, toes on the line. You know, I've gone to training and everything, but you know, you got to do an inspection of your room, your
Hmm.
uniform and everything. Well, this one officer was like, I want an inspection of your entire unit. But she had them working in shifts so that she could manage and get done what they needed to get done. And he was like, none of your people are here. She's like, because they're working. And I just imagine her with this attitude like, what you not gonna do is come here talking about you need to see everybody toes on the line while we out here working in 12-hour shifts trying to get all this mail that y'all jacked up, by the way. Here
That
we come to the rescue. I just like in my head, I'm imagining like, hold on, you called me.
you're welcome for my service. Mic drop.
Yes, I'm here because you needed help. I'm sorry, what?
Big
That's why they
energy.
said. That's why they said our generation would not have lasted.
No, no. Mm-mm.
I wouldn't have made it during my dad's time because I'm like, hold on, you called me. Like, and these women volunteered. You understand? This was like I mean, I know we're all volunteer service, but back then,
Hmm.
volunteered. So anyway, just to kind of wrap the story up, they go over there and they're just met with the same issues they had here. I believe their training was in Georgia. God bless them. But they were told in Georgia that they were not going to get the supplies that they need, that they weren't going to get the things that they needed to train. They, when I tell you, I love the story of these Black women, but it just reminds me so much of how far we've come and yet
Hmm.
how far we still have to go because boy, are we still expected to make a dollar out of 15 cents. And miracles, I think Tupac got it right. Mama's expected to make miracles out of every Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And these women did an incredible job. And when I tell you, there was just story after story of them having to face these issues. And this one, I think she was like a lieutenant colonel. they were about to come back and they were on a ship. And the captain of the ship put this Black woman in charge of every female. Well, there was another officer, a white officer in there who was junior to her and was like, I'm not listening to her. And the captain was like, you absolutely will, or you won't get on this ship. She was like, get your life or get off. And I love it. But man, I can't even imagine. I can't today having to go through that. But it's such an incredible story.
I can't wait to watch it. That's probably what I'm gonna do this afternoon.
Why, you still getting rest?
Yep. I'm still, I think I'm like, I don't know, resting yesterday. I feel I'm trying to get out of that mindset where I just have to always be doing something or I'm not productive.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I just need to decide and tell my mind that we're resting this weekend. That's what we're doing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch this movie and call it a day and mentally prepare for the week.
There's so many good ones out there, but yes, the 688. I think their memorial. Gosh, I can't remember. I'm so mad. It's in the South.
Okay.
I know it's not in Georgia, but I want to say it's like somewhere between those primary states of Georgia and Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Alabama.
Okay.
There should be a name for those states, just those states right there, from Louisiana to Georgia. There's a name because you already know. But yeah, it's a memorial already built for them, and I think there's going to be more that's going to pop up as we learn more about these women and what they did. But I encourage everybody to just really look. I heard that they're trying to make a movie out of it.
Mm-hmm.
That would, like, the Tuskegee Airmen.
Tuskegee, that was such a good movie. It was a good movie
with some fine actors in there. Yes, and I want to see some. And I can't think of anybody right now that I think would play these women. I'm trying to remember their faces. They were a lot older when they showed their faces. Some of them, they do have photos of them, obviously, when they were younger. And boy, were they sharp, boy.
I bet. Ooh.
Yeah. You look at it, like the gloves, the hats.
Had to be. Just, I can see it now. And I would love to be able to I would be that one on the side, just, okay, gloves. Like, I see you.
With the tweed coats, come through, tweed.
Yeah. That would be me.
I love it. I mean, like I said, the discipline that was required, the discipline, that part. Yeah. I'm just like, I can't even commit to my gym membership now for like 90 days.
I cannot with you. I cannot.
Once you leave. No. Like, listen, y'all don't have a sauna in here. I can't stay. I have to go to another gym. And then I get to that gym and I'm like, why don't y'all have stair climbers? I can't. I have commitment issues when it comes to the gym. I'm not doing the cycling. Shout out to people that do cycling. But...
Listen, it's a time. You should try it. It's a time.
the way my thick thighs are set up.
You got it.
Damn.
Look, I promise you do.
Not enough cushion in the world is not enough cushion in the world. I'd be standing up the whole time.
Yeah, that's fine.
I need to know if any of our listeners are
like. You just got to develop, it hurts the first week, but it's okay. I mean, depending on how often you go, but I wouldn't say that the first ride is the hardest. The second ride is the hardest because you're already sore in a certain area. So, but it's okay. It goes away, just like other muscle soreness. And then you just ride.
I have to get ready. So in case any of our listeners, I signed up for a soldier ride with Wounded Warrior.
Ooh.
You know about the soldier rides?
I'm excited for you.
Are you? Because I was like, what did I do?
Yes.
For anyone who doesn't know what a soldier ride is, the soldier rides are typically anywhere between like 70 to 75 miles of biking over 4 days.
Whew.
But I said this year that I was going to push myself physically and mentally because I know how much it means to me to work out.
Mhm.
Like working out for me, not only does it give me energy and keep me healthy, but mentally, it forces me to put myself in a mental state, not just a physical state.
That part. Yep.
Um, I kind of equate when I'm running to life in general, like the
Mhm.
one foot in front of the other type of thing. No, 74 miles seems bizarre, bananas, all the B words, beyond comprehension.
Whew. Well, at least you're not running it though. Running it in 4 days would be rough.
Yeah, no, no,
Because
I'm
you could
already
do,
signed up for a full marathon.
you could do, yeah, you could do like 25 miles in a day on a bike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on a bike. I'm running. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this 26.1 miles in November.
You doing a marathon?
I am doing a marathon.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm been trying to get sponsors and everything. Because I'm trying to build up a team. I'm trying to find somebody to run with me. Who is crazy enough? No, let me not use that word. Who is adventurous? Who is lovely enough?
I don't know. It's not me. Don't
Wait,
make
you'll
eye
ride
contact.
74 miles, but you won't run
Don't
20.
make eye contact.
I don't understand here. Isn't it the same thing? 74 miles on a bike, 26 miles on foot. Ain't it the same thing?
Nope.
I need to find my people. I need to find my people. And a half marathon. So half marathon.
I've done a half. I didn't train for it. I do not recommend train for it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I recommend train for it. I
Absolutely.
did not. But the half marathon wasn't too bad had I trained for it.
Everything should be trained for. I
Yeah.
don't recommend anybody just jumping up one day and doing. Who did that? Who? That Will Smith? Was that Will Smith? Well, not just
Like what? So it was not a good
no,
time.
like no training. Like you didn't run a couple of miles a day.
I mean, I was like fit, but I wasn't like
Marathon.
mm-mm. Like, hey, I can pass my fit test. But
No, that
mm-mm.
2 miles is not the same.
Nope, it's not. It's
Okay.
not.
No, we don't recommend anyone just jump up and run a half marathon.
Mm-mm.
So the training, so I will be doing a half marathon, the Army 10 miler, and then the full marathon. The Army 10 miler is in October. The full marathon is in November.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna push myself this year. I don't even know when the soldier
I'm
ride.
rooting for you.
The soldier ride, I don't even know when that is because they don't tell you until like it's time to. I mean, they give you a appropriate time to train and stuff like that, but I still don't
Mhm.
know. So I have to reply back to them and find out with the Wounded Warrior. But yeah, I'm gonna push myself. Speaking of tribes, we got to do our call to action because we need some more co-hosts.
We do.
We do. So I'm gonna put this clip up on Instagram,
hmm
and we're gonna call to action. So
We want you.
we need a Marine. I need a female Marine that can commit to recording twice a month to come on here and talk about our experiences as veteran women, this mental health space, and how we're going to go forward with helping other women veterans that are in and transitioning. We need Space Force. Come on out the closet.
Come on, Space Force.
Come on, Space Force. I know y'all out there. Y'all, I don't know if y'all got like what about 2,000 people now in the Space Force. Y'all are small but mighty.
One of y'all. Yep.
Just one of y'all. Just one of y'all. Come on out.
Come on.
Who else we need? We need Coast Guard. Listen, y'all are the unicorns of the military. People would be excited to talk to somebody from the Coast Guard because
No, it's like the Secret Service. We don't know what they do.
No.
Like,
I'm gonna tell
even
you.
the other services don't even know what they do. Like,
I had a friend who put in for a job working with the Coast Guard. He was like, "Oh, I'm not going to be doing nothing." That's not true. These people out here saving people's lives, and I need the Coast Guard to come on here and tell us exactly,
mhm.
as legally as possible and within, FOIA.
Yeah, that part.
Tell us what y'all do in the Coast Guard.
Mhm.
So, what else we need?
Navy. You
Navy.
need the Navy.
Yeah. Shout out to my
Mhm.
friend Kim. You know, my that's my ride or die Navy person. Kim is boy. Yeah. I love Kim. And there are so many episodes where Kim has made me crack up. But yes. What are the criteria? What do you think that they need to have?
Mm, I would say being able to keep it real.
Yeah. Listen.
Being able to keep it real. Positive attitude.
A sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because,
Being able to laugh through their pain.
like we all do. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes some of the stuff we go through is like hitting our funny bone, hitting the elbow. You're like,
Mhm.
man, it's a hurt. So why am I laughing?
Right.
This is
Mm-hmm.
awful. I've hit my funny bone before. I don't know why people laugh when they hit their elbow. But on the show, it's kind of like that.
Yep.
We're gonna move through this, and not everything's gonna be laughable. There are some things that are going on that we gonna have to talk about, which we will. It's
Mm-hmm.
usually at the top of the first half of the month. We're getting into it.
Yeah.
This is the second half of the month. This is a great so far second half of the month. So I'm excited. All right, Navy, Coast Guard,
Come on out.
Coasties. I think that's what they're called. Um, Marines and Space Force. Let's go. Military View.
Mm-hmm.
I need to look at the View, or what's that other show called? The Talk.
Oh, not the talk.
They're a little bit different than the View. I think the View is more serious,
Yeah, they different.
and the Talk, because they be in there doing like spin around on the floor and stuff. Jerry O'Connell's facial expressions on the Talk just tripped me out. He, when you said the face be facing, Jerry O'Connell's face be facing
Yeah,
all the time.
I gotta work on it. Sometimes it be not the right time for my face to be facing.
I posted a meme like a long time ago that said my face doesn't have an inside voice.
It don't.
Don't.
It don't. I mean, I might keep my thoughts to myself, but my face gonna tell you.
Yeah, yeah, my face. Because I definitely, when my eyebrows hit the ceiling,
It's
I'm in trouble.
time to go, yeah.
Time to go. I had a good time this episode. Always, always, always.
Likewise, yep.
I'm excited about what we are going to be doing. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, so you already know. Um, we're gonna have a special guest for April for sure. But we're gonna talk about some things that are changing, some things that yeah. The top half of the month is going to be our serious call to action. So you guys be prepared in April to do some things. We're going to bring some more awareness, and we got a couple of challenges. We got a couple of petitions that we want people to sign. So we'll be doing that. Yeah. And that campaign. You ready for the next episode? That sound like the Apollo. You ready for the next act?
Yeah, let's do this.
I was like, Steve Harvey. We got to get a log to rub when we come into we won't. Oh, that's for those people. Somebody who doesn't know about Apollo is probably going to be like, what are they talking about? Oh, man. I'm sorry. She don't know anything about the Apollo Theater, but
Google it.
it was a good time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. As always, time is a finite resource, so I appreciate it when you spend it with me. Thank you so much. Do good. Good.